Coast to Coast Pick 5. $1 minimum. Player-friendly 15% takeout. Coast to Coast Pick 5.
Time to do another preview for the Coast to Coast Pick 5 wager. This thing has become my favorite wager to play every Saturday and every Sunday. It's a 15% low takeout. It's a $1 base minimum. And we're giving you free DRFPPs throughout the sequence at DRF.com. So you have added incentive every single weekend to dive into this Coast to Coast Pick 5 that combines races from Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park. We're going to look at the one for Sunday. I know there's a big game on Sunday, 49ers and the Chiefs. Lots of people are going to be paying attention to that. So the races start a little bit early all across the country. Let's dive in and take a look at how I'm going to approach the sequence on Sunday. It kicks off with Gulfstream Park's 7th race. This is a 7.5 furlong race on the turf course. It's an optional 75 claimer. I'm going to use 2 horses in here, the 5 and the 9. I think the 9's the horse to beat, Calispera, but we're going to look at a replay of the 5, Frosted Victory. This was her only start, and I thought this was a really good effort. She was going long at Tampa on the turf. She sat inside. She was just behind the leader. She got shuffled back a little bit, and you could see she's angling out, and she's just able to get by the leader middle to the late of the stretch, and she puts that one away and draws off a bit late. I thought that was a real professional debut for a horse making their first start. So I like the 5 Frosted Victory as a price play in here, along with the 9 Calispera, who is multiple graded stakes placed and is no doubt the horse they'll all have to hold off in here. We're going to go 5 and 9 to kick this pick 5 off. We move to Santa Anita. The second leg is at Santa Anita. It's going to be the 4th race at Santa Anita. I won't have a replay to show for this one because I thought this race was just a little bit tricky overall. I will use the 1, 5, and 7, and they are a couple prices in here. I just have a hard time really getting my finger on what the pace shape will be like. I thought the 1, who's a maiden, a little interesting. She has lost to 3 very talented fillies, and now they take a shot against winners, but this is probably a softer spot than any of the races that she's been in. I'm going to throw in the 1 as a wild card. The 5 could sit a really nice trip like she did 2 starts back. I think the 7, Pink Whitney, might actually be the best horse in this race. While she hasn't shown success on the dirt, I think that she's just been facing so much better throughout her career that she could just fall into a good spot and win this thing. 1, 5, 7 at Santa Anita in race number 4. That's the second leg. We move to the middle part of the pick 5, leg number 3. That's Gulfstream Park's 8th race. I'm going to go too deep in here. King Cab might just be the fastest. There are versions of this race where he runs away and hides, but King Cab could get pressed in here by Big Martini, Berloni, even horses like Uniki. I could see there being a very fair amount of speed, and that would make things nice for 333. Let's take a look at the number 4, 333. Last time he raced, he moved up nicely on the inside, and he showed us that he's one of a few horses in this race that can actually pass horses. I thought this was a good effort for him, from him digging down inside, and you can see making up some ground here late. If this race sets up for a closer, he may be one of the only horses in here that we know can pass horses. I'll use the 5 as the speed of the speed, and the 4, 333 as the horse who might be able to pick up the pieces. Next up, it's Gulfstream Park, 9th race. It's the ladies' turf sprint, 5 furlongs on the turf. I thought this was a challenging race, so I will use the 1, Stone Silent, last out winner, the 3, Fulminite. He may be the speed of the speed in here. She may be the speed of the speed. The 9, Shasta Star, kind of a fun price play, but my top selection is going to be the 7, Choose Joy. Lucia has a replay for us where we can see Choose Joy missing the break. She's the number 3 in the horse that we see. She gets kind of squeezed back just after the start. And now look at her at the top of the lane. She's behind horses, but she's actually moved way up into contention. I thought she ran very, very well here to finish a solid second against some of these same rivals that she'll face today. Stone Silent just got a way better trip than her, and she was able to dig down right there. You could see in a battle, and she finishes second in a battle of 3. 1, 3, 7, 9 for me. We'll use all 4 of them in the 9th race. Now we move to the closing leg, another stakes race. This one will be at Santa Anita. We're going to go down the hill in the Sweet Life. I'm going to go inside and outside. I like the 1 and the 11. The horse we're going to take a look at the replay of is the number 1, Alluring. And I wanted to show you her debut because in this race, she came from way off the pace. Watch how far back she is, even early in the stretch here. And she makes up ground to finish second, only beaten 3/4 of a length. In her second start, she showed a little bit more speed. I think that was just because they knew that she was going to be really tough in that race and they wanted to put her into it. But the way this race shapes up, she could actually get a very, very nice trip if they go too quick early. Julia's Dream, she might just be the best in here. This is a horse who has done 3 of her 4 races. She's a winner. Her only defeat came in the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante. I think she has loads of talent. So we'll go inside, outside, and when we put it all together, it's a $96 ticket. Remember, it's that $1 base, and you can play this thing for we will have free performances for you at drf.com. 5-9 to get things started. 1-7 at Santa Anita in race number 4. Race 8 at Gulfstream Park, we'll use 1 speed horse and 1 horse who I think can pick up the pieces. And then back-to-back stakes races to close out the pick 5. First at Gulfstream, and then at Santa Anita, you have a couple turf sprints in race 9 at Gulfstream and Santa Anita's 7th race. DRF.com is the place to go for all of your handicapping help, all of your wagering needs. We'll be back again next week with more Coast to Coast Pick 5 previews.